This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk through this 2023 Coachmen Catalina Legacy Edition travel trailer, model number 293 QBCK. So this is not a floor plan video, it's a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? So we'll start here at the door side rear. So in here we have a coiled sprayer with a quick connect on it. We'll keep our eyes open to where that's going to plug in. I can see it right there actually. So there could be another spot up front too. You have a griddle here. See if I can get this open. The thing about the griddle is it has a quick connect LP line. So the female end will go on the back of the griddle right there, and the other one will go, let's see here, right here next to the stabilizer right there. So you have to plug it in to use it, obviously. Also you have a refrigerator. Alright, so you have a power awning with LED strip, outside speakers. This is a vent for the range hood. So if you're running the fan in the range hood to vent to the outside, make sure you reach up and open that baffle right there. Just pop it open. So it vents to the outside, otherwise you can just keep it shut. This is the black tank flush. It's on this side of the trailer. And basically after you dump your black tank, right, you can leave the black tank valve open like it states on this sticker here. Always leave the valve open so too much pressure doesn't build up. You put the hose here at the dump station on, like I said, you turn it on, it'll spray out your black tank, clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. Okay, this is your water heater here. Alrighty. Metal shavings from manufacturing it. Okay, so this works on both gas and electric. There's an electric heating element right behind this cover. Also, you have this rocker switch right here, if you can see it. That's how you control the electric heating element. Always make sure that there's water in the water heater tank before you turn it on. That's important. If you drain it, you got to make sure the next time you camp you put water in it before you turn it on, okay? The drain valve right here, or the drain plug right here, is it's got an anode rod attached to it, so it's kind of long. This is an 1 1/16" 6-point socket to remove this. And of course you got your gas valve. The switch for the gas is inside the trailer, okay? Never work on it or drain it or do anything when the water's hot. Always let it cool down first. Okay. Here we just have TV hookups here. There's the signal out right there, and then some power. Okay. Let's see what we have up here. It looks like we're locked here, so I'll have to get the key for that, or maybe we could see through from the other side. You have a deep cycle marine battery, 2 LP tanks full. You have a power tongue jack. If this power tongue jack ever fails, you can remove this cap and you can put a crank on there and operate it manually. Let's look in this side here. See what we've got. Okay. So this would be the crank for your power tongue jack in case it fails. This is your stabilizer jack crank right here. Okay. This is your power cord. We're not plugged in right now. It's 30-foot, 30-amp cord. Your dump hose and your reducer to reduce your cord from a 30 to a 20-amp hookup if you need to plug it in at home or that sort of thing, okay? This is just going to be cable or satellite, campground cable or satellite through to the trailer. That's your slide room. Your short cord plugs in right here. You have a outside sprayer here. Okay. Your dump valves are right here. Gray, sink and shower water. Black, toilet water and waste. Remember what I said when you use the black tank flush, always leave the valve open before you turn the water on. Alright, these are your low point drains here. Okay. As we look up, remember the manufacturer states that you should inspect your roof every 60 days, so you want to always stay ahead of it. You want to look for cracking or separation. You want to look for any damage that's possibly caused by you know, road debris or low branches hitting the roof, that sort of thing. Just inspect it to make sure you can stay ahead of any issues you have. This drops down. This rear platform drops down, and you can strap things to it, whatever you want, coolers, little bicycles, whatever you want to do. So therefore, I'll just kind of show you through here. I'm not going to bother doing that because you can see it. This is the city water hookup right here, right? And this is your fresh water tank fill. So if you're camping somewhere that does not have city water, you can pre-fill the fresh water tank right here, and you can use the onboard pump to pump the water. So all the plumbing, if you're using the pumping from the tank, all the plumbing will work as though you have city water. You'll just be using your onboard water. That's if you're boondocking, let's say, and there's no hookups or anything, you can pre-fill your tank. Okay. All right. So here we go into the inside here. Okay, so your control panel. This film peels right off when you get it home. It just protects it right now. Your awning, your power awning, is right here. So let me do it this way. Okay, there we go. Never leave the awning out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campground, roll it in. This one here is for your slide room. Your water pump. If you're pumping water from the fresh water tank because you don't have city water, you turn it on right here. You also use that to winterize the trailer. To light your water heater on gas, right here. Remember I showed you for the electric, there's a switch in the lower left-hand corner on the outside. To connect to an app, right there. And then of course all of your levels here. Okay. Your keys are hanging on the faucet. Put this like so. Like this, I guess. Just don't want it to slide around when they're moving it. There we go. Alright, so this is equipped with a 4G and a Wi-Fi booster. So therefore you have your little router here. You could read more about it, but it's a router and a signal booster also. Okay. Always remember, once you get a TV up here, you want this. You can shut that off, but you want it on, glowing red like that. That means the signal booster for your digital antenna is on. You're already wired with looks like an HDMI. So really all you need to do is hang your bracket and you're all set. It's up to you how you do it, but to me it's better to spend the extra money for a heavy-duty RV bracket. If you were to go on Amazon, for example, they'll have the same type of brackets that the manufacturers use. It's best to get the one that locks into place when it's retracted, therefore you don't have to hang a strap or anything like that. It's just a cleaner install. It's not going to flip around. Plus they have a larger base that it mounts on. So like home TV brackets will just have a small hookup, which is two screws. This one will have, you know, minimum of 4. It could have 6 of them, depending on the model you get. So they're just better. It's up to you, obviously, but I always, it's a little bit more money, but it's well worth it. Okay, so when it comes to your sound here, you have your JBL here, and it has 2 speaker zones. A is inside the trailer, B is outside the trailer. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet. It has a radio, so everything you need and then some. Okay, your fireplace works on 110 AC. Let me just look in here and see if where your stuff is at. I didn't prep this trailer, so I'm just kind of looking around here. Okay, this is your fireplace remote right here, and this is your JBL remote right here. The fireplace remote, or with the fireplace, you can first of all, there's buttons here you can use. You don't have to use the remote, but it basically you can adjust the crystal, the color of the crystals, and the flame. You can it's got a timer on it, so you can set it to turn on to turn off whenever you choose. So it's got a lot of features. It's got a fan in it, so it's a really good space heater. On those days where you don't need to use where it's not cold enough to use your LP, you can just run this, and it'll save you. You know, you got a limited supply of liquid propane, but when it comes to campground power, you got all you need, so you can just use the campground power. Okay, microwave works like any of the microwave. This is the range hood that we talked about, the vent on the outside. So you want to make sure you open the baffle outside if you're going to be venting. This switch, I believe, let me make sure I got it right here. This switch is for your 12-volt refrigerator. Let me make sure here. Yes. So it's a good thing to have. So if you don't need to be running your trailer always has 12 volts when you're pulling it down the road and doing things like that. But if you don't want to run your refrigerator, you can just shut it off right there. Okay. This is 12-volt DC refrigerator with a compressor. So make sure you always keep that latch so you don't get your doors dinged up. I don't know if he's got the gas turned on, or maybe I can hear it here. It sounds like he does. So you have three burners here, right? And then you got the 3 knobs for the burners. This one here is a sparker. You turn this clockwise to spark it. And this one here is for the oven. So let's see what we got here. It's that simple, right? When it comes to the oven, it's a little different. If you look all the way at the bottom at the back, there's a pilot light back there. So basically you just go to the picture of the flame, then you depress the knob and keep it depressed. You light it till you see the pilot light. It's actually got a flame on it. Once it lights, you still hold this in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Once you do that, you can go to operating temperature, and it cycles as an oven does. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Alright, you got a light here. Okay. Down here, you have your carbon monoxide LP gas detector right here. It should always be green like it is. If it's not, get it serviced. Of course, if it goes off, you open the door, take everybody outside, shut off the appliances, turn the gas off at the front, and figure out what's going on. But if it's not green, get it serviced. It's obviously important. This is your power converter. So this power converter, boy, he didn't clean that very well, did he? I'll send it back in here. Okay. Anyway, you have regular, when you're plugged into shore power, you got regular 110 AC circuit breakers here like you'd have at home. They're labeled. Then over here, the AC power is converted to 12-volt DC, and you got regular fuses here, 12-volt fuses, and they're all labeled. So that's where the 12 volts comes from. Also, as long as you're plugged in, it's going to sense how much energy your battery up front has and needs. It'll always keep it charged, so it's kind of smart that way. It'll send as many amps as needed up front to charge it. So that's the power converter. Converts AC to DC plus charges your battery. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. This is a jackknife sofa, so jackknife's flat, turns into a bed. Your dinette, you can take the poles out and drop the tabletop down onto these cleats here, and you can turn it into a bed for more sleeping space. So come back here into the bunk room. Where's the light here? And you can see you got bunks. You got 4 or 3 right here, and then this will fold flat into a bed also. So you got plenty of sleeping over here. Plus TV hookups. Okay. This is your thermostat. Basically, it works like they all do. You have mode button. You hit the modes. I'm just going to shut it off here. And you go from heat, which is or furnace, which is your LP furnace. You just turn it on, it lights automatically. You have a fan, which is your air conditioner running without the compressor. It just circulates air. Okay. And then, of course, air conditioning is your full air, or cool is your full air conditioning. And if they give you an option for fan speed for your AC, for example, always run it on auto. That's the best way to go. Okay. So the sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. You have a GFCI here. Keep that in mind. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI, so if you're using something outside and it pops, you're going to reset it in here. The toilet, of course, is like all RV toilets or travel trailer toilets anyway, that sits right over a black tank. So the thing is, you can't use it dry meaning an empty black tank. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, then you'll come in here and you'll put a dose of chemical in the bowl. There's your flush pedal there. You'll hold it down till at least a gallon of water goes into the tank along with the chemical. You can use more but not less water, at least a gallon. And then you're ready to use it. If you don't do that, if you use it dry with no chemical or water, the smell will be super terrible, plus it'll get clogged up. So you always want the water and the chemical in there before you start using it, okay? Alright. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. The bedroom. You can pull up the bed, obviously, and there's some storage underneath it. You have TV hookups here. Okay. You have an emergency escape window, which goes like this. You push it all the way through. You can push it all the way through. And then grab a hold of the red tab and pull the screen out, and you can escape during an emergency. Okay. You have your regular, you got plugs, and then you got USB charging ports, the usual stuff. Okay. Okay, so I think that covers it. Let me look around a bit here. Okay, so first I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Second of all, remember what I said about inspecting your roof every 60 days. That's important to keep ahead of any possible issues, so you need to inspect your roof. People generally don't inspect the roof enough. It's part of general maintenance. You have to keep after it, and odds are you won't have to do anything to it for years, but you don't know that unless you look, so make sure you do that. And right now we're in when it comes to the plumbing, all the antifreeze has been purged out of the system. It has fresh water in it. The water heater is in camping mode, and it has water in the tank, so you're all set in that sense. Never run your water heater without water in the tank, okay? Thank you.